What's up, guys? This is Brian J's Nerd Talk, and this is my out-of-theater review of Borderlands, the movie, which I just saw, and it's a terrible movie. I see why the critics hate it. I agree with the critics. This is one of the worst movies of 2024. This is definitely the second worst movie of the year. I don't think it's the worst movie of the year. I still think Madam Web is the worst movie I've seen this year, but Borderlands would be the second worst movie of this year and one of the worst video game adaptations of all time. The acting was mostly terrible. The dialogue was horrible. The filmmaking and the editing of the action scenes and the fight scenes was just so terrible and choppy. Like, you couldn't see a lot of stuff that was happening because I guess the fight choreography was so bad they wanted to just chop it up to where you wouldn't notice it, but you could see it was terrible. And the fight scenes and the action scenes were terrible, and the CGI was awful. Like, you talk about the uncanny valley where you could tell like what's real and what's not when you look at CGI. This had all of that, but like even worse. This is some of the worst CGI you will ever see in any movie. But the reason that I give this movie a 2 out of 10. But the reason I give it a 2 out of 10 is because Cate Blanchett tries to give a good performance. She tries. She always gives 110%. Even when she's phoning it in, she's good. But she couldn't save this movie. She also couldn't save this movie's dialogue either. This is some of the worst dialogue you will ever hear of any film. And yeah, it really sucks. And Eli Roth is a terrible director. He's always been a terrible director. He's always been one of the worst. And yeah, this is probably his worst movie. Even though he didn't do the reshoots, it was Tim Miller who was told to do the reshoots to try and salvage this movie, but he couldn't save this movie. It was just terrible. Terrible script, terrible writing, terrible filmmaking, editing. Yeah, one of the worst movies of all time, one of the worst movies of this decade so far. And these are my thoughts, and this is Brian J's Nerd Talk. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.